Bhimani. I am an actor, a producer, an author, but most importantly for our purposes here tonight, I am the global ambassador for Games for Change. And, thank you. And as tonight's host, it is my honor to welcome you all to the 2026 Game for Change Awards. Now, we can just keep going. I got no problem with that. Yeah! Now, if I look and sound a little familiar, you're right. I hosted the Games for Change Awards in 2024, and I cannot tell you what an honor it is to be back to celebrate another incredible year of games that inspire, educate, create, make real-world impact. However, this year, we are doing things a little differently. We're adding co-op. Please welcome to the stage an exceedingly accomplished actor, a producer, and yes, a fellow gamer, Osric Chau.
Thank you, Anjali.
If you have seen him as a superhero in The Flash, a genius in Supernatural, or the horror film Superhost, you're already aware how super talented my co-host is, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anjali. It's an honor to be hosting the Games for Change Awards with you. Like all of you, I've watched Anjali in For All Mankind, Dead to Me, Miss Marvel, a little show called Legend of Vox Machina. She's also in Critical Role, right?
Yeah.
A couple of tabletop stuff. But since I've played you as Symmetra in Overwatch and as Rampart in Apex Legend, I kind of feel like we're best friends already.
Oh, Osric,
You know?
that is so sweet. We'll see how it goes. No, but in a nutshell, that is the power of games, right? To build community. And being here tonight with all of you reminds us that games are so much more than entertainment.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with entertainment.
Oh, hell no. That was a 6-hour flight to get here. I
Oh my
needed
God.
some.
I watched the new Avatar movie almost twice.
I helped the woman next to me beat Island 5 of Angry Birds Bounce.
Oh, wow, not all heroes wear capes.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, yes, but thank you. Okay, also what it made me realize is that we are all fans. We're all gamers because games spark conversations. Games build empathy. They teach new skills. They inspire action long after we put the controller down. Now that is a pretty amazing community to be part of.
And tonight's nominees exemplify it. The 2026 Games for Change Awards received entries from more than 42 countries, showcasing the incredible creativity of our global Games for Change community.
Tonight, we are thrilled to have you all with us as we recognize outstanding titles across 10 competitive categories. One will receive our highest honor, Game or Experience of the Year.
This evening is also about celebrating the people and organizations whose work has helped shape this movement, from emerging creators just making their mark to visionary leaders whose contributions continue to inspire all of us.
So before we get started, we would like to recognize the 106 developers, educators, researchers, designers, and change makers who generously volunteered their time as judges. Your expertise and your thoughtful feedback and commitment make these awards possible.
And many, oh yeah, give them a hand, please. Many of our judges are here with us tonight, and we'd like to take a moment to thank them for their dedication throughout this year's awards. So let's give them another round of applause. Thank you so much.
And congratulations to every one of tonight's nominees. Just being here is an incredible achievement, and each of you embodies what's possible when creativity and purpose align.
We've got an incredible evening ahead.
So whether you're joining us here in New York
or watching live from around the world, welcome to the 2026 Games for Change Awards. There you go. You got it.
Our first award recognizes creators who harness the power of games to inspire environmental awareness and action.
To present the Best in Environmental Impact Award, please welcome Matthias Norvig, CEO at Cybo.
Thank you for joining us in New York. A lot of things have happened here over the last few years, but something you may not know is that New York was recently classified as subtropical. This change is unfortunately not unique. As record-breaking heat waves continue to impact communities around the world, and our oceans experience increased warming, the climate crisis is no longer a distant challenge, it's our shared reality. As scary as it can be to be reminded of that, we are also reminded that it's not too late to course correct. The Best Environmental Impact Award recognizes games and immersive experiences that invite us to understand complex environmental challenges and imagine sustainable futures. Games that transform concern into curiosity and curiosity into change. Let's take a look at this year's nominees for Best in Environmental Impact. The music. And now I'm honored to present the winner of the Best in Environmental Impact Award. The award goes to Face Miner.
This is very unexpected. Thank you. So Face Miner started in 2022 as a research project into hyperscale data centers. Although the game is not necessarily a very uplifting one, the response to it has been. Watching the game travel through the internet and get discussed and dissected by players around the world has been one of the great pleasures of my career. So thank you, first of all, to everyone who has played the game. Thank you to Rebecca and Leia of the Climate and Cities Research Collective, who kickstarted the project. Thank you to Lucy, stood here, for helping to shape the narrative into something that's legible to players and stopping me from my own worst impulses. Thank you to Madrek, who composed the original soundtrack for the game, which is about half the reason the game works at all. And thank you to all the early playtesters and everyone who provided their thoughts and early feedback into shaping the game. And thank you, Games for Change. This is unbelievable. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, please give it up one more time for our winners. This next category honors the art of storytelling in games.
A great story inspires and educates. In the hands of a talented team, storytelling can transport you, affect you, draw you in, and leave you changed. Please welcome Martina Santoro, executive producer of new media at Annapurna, to present the Best Narrative Award.
Thank you, Anjali, Osric. Have you ever finished a game and then just sat there for a minute? Not because it was over, but because you needed a moment to process everything that just happened. Those are the stories we remember, the ones that invite us to live through someone else's perspective, wrestle with difficult choices, and carry the experience with us long after we step away. The Best Narrative Awards celebrate games and immersive experiences that use compelling characters, thoughtful writing, and meaningful interactivity to tell stories that inspire empathy and leave a lasting impact. Let's take a look at the nominees for the Best Narrative.
What if I gotta spend a day with you again? Of all the things.
And the award for Best Narrative goes to Consume Me.
Oh my God, I also wasn't expecting this award. I have a little speech, so thank you so much again for this award. First of all, I want to thank my team, AP, Kelly, Violet, and Coda. Without your hard work and belief in Consume Me, it would probably still just be living in a folder somewhere on my desktop. So I came up for the idea of Consume Me almost 10 years ago, and I basically spent my entire 20s making it into a reality. You know, I could have spent that time getting a real job and getting paid real money, but oh well. Looking back, it was kind of a ridiculous thing to do, but I think the reason why it took us so long to make this game is because we had this really specific goal in mind. We wanted to make something that was genuinely fun to play, but also had something meaningful to say without ever feeling like it was trying to teach you a lesson. So it means a lot that Games for Change recognized Consume Me with this award. Congrats to all the nominees, and thank you so much again. Here's to making more weird, funny, and personal games.
Osric and I are extremely proud to be here celebrating this year's 23rd G4C Festival.
Oh, wait, 23 years?
That is right. The festival is old enough to vote, drink, and have a mountain of student loan debt.
For our international visitors, that's just old enough to vote and drink.
Oh, that's sad. I was always told that learning was a lifelong pursuit.
Oh, that's right. I hear that a lot.
So that is why, as a PSA, I have to warn you all to stay away from Duolingo.
Oh my God, that owl haunts me.
I mean, not since Clippy has a digital mascot so invaded my life and demanded my time. Nikki from Obsession has nothing on that owl. He's terrifying. He's everywhere. I'm like, not now, Duolingo. I'm just trying to read this shakshuka recipe. I can't conjugate verbs this second.
You know, that actually tracks. Owls are opportunistic nesters. They famously move into dens of other birds and then they take over.
So you're saying...
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a new phone. C'est la chouette qui possède celui-là. That's French for the owl owns your phone.
Wow,
Yeah.
really do learn something new every day. So here to present the games that best exemplify learning, please welcome Tammy Levine, VP of Transformation Publishing at EA and Games for Change board member.
Hi, everyone. So, meaningful learning doesn't just happen in a classroom. It happens through exploration, experimentation, and experience. Games invite us to ask questions, solve problems, and see the world from new perspectives in a way that no other medium really can. The best in learning games recognize titles that seamlessly combine gameplay with meaningful educational value, proving that learning and fun don't just coexist, they make each other stronger. Let's take a look at the nominees for Best in Learning.
Let's cook up a story.
All amazing. And the award for Best in Learning goes to The Darkest Files.
Thank you so much. This is an immense honor. My name is Mona. I was the lead designer, but obviously I stand here representing a whole team back in Berlin, in Germany. My whole thanks and gratitude goes obviously home to them, who made it possible. The Darkest Files is a game about what happened in Germany after the Nazi time. It's a game about prosecuting what the Nazis did. Most of all, it's a game about the banality of evil and how fascism erodes societies. And if we wanted people to learn one thing from this game, but also maybe of German history, is democracies are not a given, and we have to stand up every day to defend and protect it. So thank you very much for the recognition of that.
Wow. You know, Anjali, we've talked about the journeys games take us through, but tonight it's important that we honor the journey of our developers.
That is right. Studios can spend years carefully crafting and honing a game to ensure that it evokes wonder, connection, and hope. To help us present the Industry Leadership Award, please welcome Games for Change President Susanna Pollack.
All right, before I get into this, how awesome are Osric and Anjali? Like, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I love it. You guys are awesome. All right, the Games for Change Leadership Award recognizes organizations that demonstrate how creativity, when aligned with purpose, can shape the future of our industry. For 2 decades, that game company, and you're right, that is the name, right? That game company has expanded our understanding of what games can be. Through breathtaking artistry, thoughtful design, and a belief in the emotional power of play, the studio has created experiences that invite players to slow down, reflect, and see the world through a different lens. Their work has inspired millions of players around the world and have influenced a generation of game creators. More importantly, they've shown how empathy, wonder, and compassion can be just as powerful as competition. For expanding the emotional language of games and reminding us of the extraordinary potential of this medium, we are honored to present the 2026 Games for Change Industry Leadership Award to that game company. Let's celebrate their journey first with this video.
We never thought that all those years ago when we first started making games, we'd create something so emotional it would move people to tears. Not through winning or losing, but through feeling. At the time, most games were about defeating enemies and chasing victory. We believed games could offer something different, connection and a shared human experience. A small, unconventional idea at the time. So when we set out to follow it, and against all odds, including bankruptcy, Journey won Game of the Year, we knew our mission was possible: to create universally accessible, artistic games that encourage meaningful connections between players, just like other beloved art forms like film, music, and theater. And that belief became our foundation. With Flow, we explored the idea that games could feel meditative, where movement itself becomes the experience. With Flower, we invited players to connect to nature, to movement, to something peaceful and wordless. And with Journey, we discovered something even deeper, that 2 strangers, without a single word, could form a real connection. Then, after 5 years of development, Sky was released into the world exactly when it was needed most, during COVID. As a game that champions creativity, friendship, and kindness, Sky helped narrow the distance between us and those we love and filled a lack of connection that was so desperately needed. For 20 years, we've followed a simple belief that games can bring out the best in us. We're still that team with an unconventional idea, and that journey continues together.
Please join me in giving a heartfelt round of applause as we welcome S.J. Zhu, Head of Corporate Development at That Game Company, to the stage.
20 years ago, we founded That Game Company
there's more.
with a simple question. Can video game create the same emotional impact as music, literature, and film? We believed games could do more than entertain, that they could help people connect with one another in meaningful ways. Over the years, millions of players have helped answer that question. Through their kindness, trust, and generosity, they've shown us that it's possible when games bring people together. This award belongs to our team, our collaborators, and especially our players. Thank you for believing in the visions and helping us prove that games can be a force of connection, empathy, and positive change. As we look ahead, I'm excited not only about the future of our studio, but about the creators who will continue to expand what's possible with the medium. I'd like to introduce someone who is helping support that future. Please welcome SJ.
That was Genova Chen, the one and only, and what he meant was S.J. Zhu. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the Industry Leadership Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Susanna, and thank you, Games for Change, for this extraordinary recognition. So, as Genova mentioned, this award represents 20 years of believing of us that games can create meaningful human connection. What makes me more excited is the idea that this is no longer belong to just one studio, but everyone here in our industry. So today, creators across our industry are using games to build empathy, strengthen community, inspiring learning, and also bring people together in the ways that we never could imagine. Looking around this room and also people around the globe, I see more opportunities and more people that are doing this and who are expanding what games can be and who they can serve. So on behalf of everyone at That Game Company, thank you for this award, thank you for your partnership, and I look forward to seeing more games like ours that can touch people and connect people together. Thank you.
Stories like that always remind me that games are more than just a creative industry. We're a creative community.
Yeah, it's true. A well-told narrative in a well-crafted game is perhaps one of the most powerful empathy machines on the planet.
Putting you, the player, in the skin, the emotions, and the choices of another character entirely.
Empowering players from all walks of life to feel seen and valued.
And that's why Game for Change's Best in Community Empowerment was created.
Presenting Best in Community Empowerment, please welcome Patricia Knoll, Global Lead Mental Health and Wellbeing at Discord.
Thank you both. The projects you're about to see ask difficult questions. They invite players to understand unfamiliar perspectives, challenge assumptions, and remind us that the world is better when everyone has a voice. Whether exploring history, identity, public policy, or local action, each finalist demonstrates how interactive experiences can strengthen the communities we share. Here are the nominees for Best in Community Empowerment.
And now for the winner. The Best in Community Empowerment Award goes to Relooted.
It's not for me, though. I have a text to read. And it's in English, and I'm French. Hello, everyone. These are words of Ben Myres, creative director of Nirmakop, coming to you through the silky French accented voice of Michael Newton of Narratify. If you're passionate about African games, please check out their work. When I was 20 years old in 2013, a game jam game I worked on was exhibited at Games for Change. It was my first international games event to attend and exhibit at. At that event, Professor Lindsay Grace gave a talk about game verbs. He flippantly said, "You can't run, jump, and shoot your way to saving the African rhino." 13 years later, it turns out you can run and jump your way to saving the African artifact at least, even without shooting. Thank you to Games for Change for being a space that celebrates this sort of games. That impact reaches far and wide, even right down to the southern tip of Africa. Without Games for Change itself, it's quite possible Relooted might never have been inspired to exist. One day, many of the artifacts in Relooted will return to their home on the continent, but for now, it's a nice change to be taking a small, culturally important sculpture back to Africa. If anyone knows if the Met would accept an exchange of these awards for the Dahomey silver buffalo they have, let us know. Thank you very much.
Do you know one of the things I love most about games?
Oh, wait, I know this one. It's cheat code. Wait, no, headshot. No, not headshot. Winning.
No, I mean, yes, but no. I mean, it's customizing my character.
Ah. Oh, you know what? Me too. I've burned so many hours in a gaming session just trying to pick out the color of my character's hair. Usually end up with black.
And who among us hasn't been guilty of painstakingly scrolling through every one of hundreds of eye options, show of hands? Okay, not that many of us, don't judge. And yet, creative customization has only grown in popularity.
And we're seeing a flood of overwhelming ingenuity in platforms that deliver new experiences, perspective, and tools into the hands of gamers.
To present the Best Platform-Based Project Award, please welcome Brendan Trombley, lead game designer at Games for Change.
Thank you, Osric and Anjali. From Minecraft to Roblox to Fortnite, we are seeing a creative wave within platform ecosystems where game makers use built-in tools to create change at scale. Nominees in this category utilize existing platforms for players to explore finance through time travel, resilience and problem solving with geographical thinking, and literacy skills with famous childhood friends. The Best Platform Project uses platform native creation tools to tap into massive communities to meaningfully engage players and spark real-world conversations. Let's take a look at the nominees. And the award for Best Platform-Based Project goes to Planet Planners on Roblox.
That was unexpected. I didn't think with Sesame Street on the bill, I would be up here. So much effort went into this project to bring it to life. It was a real team effort. I'll keep this short. I just want to thank everyone at Player 3, everyone at BBC Bite Size, and everyone at Roblox for being such a great bunch of people to work with. Thank you very much for this award.
Well, I think we're going to see some very cool projects come out of that category over the next few years.
Absolutely. Today's creator tools are getting more powerful every day.
But one thing stays consistent, making games that every single person can enjoy.
Which is bringing us to accessibility.
Yes.
Accessibility ensures that more people can experience the creativity and connection that games make possible.
So to present this year's Accessibility Award, please welcome Cassie Borales, Senior Director of Marketing and Communications at Games for Change.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cassie. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing here at G4C, and I am so excited to introduce the 2026 Games for Change Accessibility Award winner for this year. So, this award recognizes games that have gone above and beyond while creating truly inclusive experiences for all. Accessibility is about the choices developers make early and deliberately so that millions of players who might otherwise be shut out can pick up a controller and play. Those choices end up making games clearer, more comfortable, and more playable for all of us. Games bring people together, and accessible design is how that invitation gets extended, because accessibility is for everyone. For the second year, Games for Change has partnered with Able to Play, so this award reflects the real needs and insights of the players themselves. So here is Armand Nobari, founder and CEO of Able to Play, to talk a little bit more about this year's recipient.
Hey everyone, I'm Armand Nobari, co-founder and CEO of a games technology company called Good Trouble. We're the makers of Able to Play. Once again, we're thrilled to work with Games for Change to help identify this year's Accessibility Award recipient. At Able to Play, we've built a free, community-driven platform that helps gamers with disabilities discover accessible games that are tailored to their specific needs. For this award, we looked at literally millions of data points from all across the industry, analyzing accessibility and player sentiment across hundreds of titles, as well as looking into what studios are really pushing the boundaries in accessibility and innovating, who are really thinking of new ways to support gamers with disabilities, and by extension, all gamers everywhere. So after literally months of careful consideration, I'm honored to announce this year's recipient, EA Sports FC 26. What really makes FC 26 stand out is the scale of what the team pulled off. As one of the most played games in the world, it brought accessibility right into the heart of competitive play. It clearly wasn't a last-minute consideration for the FC 26 team either. It's deeply embedded into the core of the game. For example, the high contrast mode. It brings amazing quality of life benefits to PvP for gamers with disabilities, but it also solves that classic kit clashing problem, which has frustrated players for years. It's now a headline feature, bridging both gaps of access and being used for serious competitive play. That's the beauty of accessibility, right? When a game is designed with everyone in mind, it's better for every single person who plays. And the response from players and press has been overwhelmingly positive, and that really shows you what's possible when a title this big takes inclusion seriously. So on behalf of the team here at Good Trouble, congratulations to the entire team at EA Sports for setting a new standard in the industry. Thank you so much.
To accept the award, please join me in welcoming Lily Lee, producer at EA Sports.
Well, thank you everyone. On behalf of FC, a huge thank you. And also a massive thank you to the team who worked on it and believed in accessibility to be the pillar of FC26. And I believe each one of us sitting in this room got into games somehow believe we can share joy and fun in people's lives. And accessibility isn't just about removing barriers. It's a promise and a responsibility we kept to ourselves in our team that we're going to deliver more joy and more creativity to more people. So a massive thank you for this award. And personally, I want to thank my partner for flying me from Vancouver to New York. So a big thank you from EA Vancouver, and hope we can share more joy and more creativity to the world. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what, Osric, you go ahead and take this one. I gotta do some lunges. Yeah.
I see what she's doing.
Don't worry about it. I'm in my workout heels. We're all good.
It's because we're here to present our next award, which is Best in Health and Wellness. Anjali's doing a great job. Please welcome to the stage. I feel like I'm missing out.
There we go.
Please welcome to the stage Danny Marty, Head of Public Affairs and Global Policy at Tencent.
Hello, good evening. Health is a deeply personal issue, but none of us should have to face our biggest challenges alone. Whether it's supporting our physical well-being, strengthening our mental health, or helping us better understand the experiences of others, games continue to open new possibilities for care, connection, and healing. The Best in Health and Wellness Award recognizes games and immersive experiences that combine thoughtful design with meaningful health outcomes, empowering players to build healthier lives and healthier communities. Let's take a look at the nominees for Best in Health and Wellness.
Bluebird, won't you call me? I'll tell you what I couldn't before.
All wonderful nominees, and the winner for Best in Health and Wellness category is AR Well Pro. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is my first conference. I didn't wear the newbie badge. I got the nominee badge, but I'm so inspired by all of your work and all of your dedication. I'd like to say thank you to our team. Our team's really dedicated to the mission to improve health and well-being for overlooked populations. And I also want to thank our partners, Sesame Workshop and Niantic Spatial, for their unwavering support throughout our development, especially Franco Schettino, Tina Moglia, and Asim Mehmed. And to our great advisors, thanks as well, Miles Lidwig and Amkar Kulkarni. Thanks for your knowledge and your insight to build better games and reach more populations. That's what we're all here for. And thank you, everyone.
Our next category celebrates creators who reimagine how we experience stories altogether. To present the award for Best in XR and Emerging Media, please welcome Greg Vuono, Partnerships at Samsung.
Every new medium changes the way we experience things. From film to television to video games,
Each has expanded what's possible. Today, immersive and emerging technologies are opening entirely new ways to experience ideas, not simply by watching or playing, but by stepping inside them and allowing their world to unfold around us. The Best in XR and Emerging Media Award honors groundbreaking projects that use immersive technologies and experimental forms of interaction to create experiences that are as innovative as they are impactful. Let's take a look at this year's nominees for Best in XR and Emerging Media. And the award goes to A Long Goodbye.
Hi, everybody. Kate and Victor, the directors of Long Goodbye, could not be here with us today, so I am very happy to be accepting this on their behalf. I love this piece dearly. I recommend everyone go and check it out at the arcade tomorrow, but I do have some words from them that I'd like to share. They said, "We are incredibly moved to receive this honor of winning Best in XR and Emerging Media Award here at the wonderful Games for Change Awards. A work like this is never made by one person alone. A Long Goodbye wouldn't exist without its wonderful team, our producers, our partners, and all the financiers who poured their hearts into this project. This award is really for them. This project has been a long and challenging journey, but we always knew why we were making this project. What has touched us most is the way audiences have responded. 1 in 5 people will unfortunately be diagnosed with dementia in their lifetime, and many more will be affected by loved ones or care workers. With A Long Goodbye, we wanted to break the taboo around dementia and foster positive change in dementia care, and by reminding people that individuals with dementia remain first and foremost people with rich inner lives and unique life stories, who, despite their illness, can still deeply love and be loved. And finally, thank you to the person who inspired it all, Victor's grandfather, Jos, whose love was always there. Whether Victor stood before him as his grandson or as a stranger he no longer recognized. Thank you from Victor and Kate.
As developers, you plan for everything and anything a player could possibly do in your game. But even then, players constantly surprise you by weaponizing standard mechanics, exploiting physics, or utilizing environments in completely unexpected ways.
Oh, like a rocket jump, right?
Yes, okay, right. So,
There's also loot caving, bunny hopping, trick stabbing.
Are you just making these up?
No. Like, I wind bomb in Zelda. I bucket head in Skyrim. And you better believe I double pump in Fortnite.
Double pump?
It sounded better in my head.
No, I don't think it did.
Right.
Anyway, what I think Osric is getting at is, in gaming, taking risks redefines the familiar. It offers fresh perspectives and original dynamics.
And there is no bigger risk than a studio's debut game. It is a singularly incredible achievement.
Here to present this year's Indie Breakout Award, let's welcome Lindsay Grace, Night Chair in Interactive Media and Professor at the University of Miami.
Okay, so the Indie Breakout Award celebrates a debut title that announces the arrival of an exciting new voice in the industry. It recognizes a studio whose very first game demonstrates exceptional creativity, craftsmanship, and the power of games to create meaningful impact. This year's recipient has already made quite an impression tonight. This game explores body image, self-worth, and the complexities of growing up with a voice that is deeply personal and, at the same time, universally relatable. It is our pleasure to present the 2026 Games for Change Indie Breakout Award to Consume Me. Let's give that big round of applause.
I was really not expecting to get 2 awards tonight, and I used up my speech. So, I don't even know. It's day 299 of posting every day until my game sells 1 million copies. We're not there yet, but I believe it's gonna get there someday. And I think if you're an indie dev, you gotta believe in whatever you're working on. You know, it took me like 10 years to make this one freaking game. So posting on TikTok every day is not hard at all, you know? It's like less than a year. I don't know what I'm saying. Also, if I had like 100 more of these, I could create like a really nice spike pit for burglars, you know? That's it. Okay, bye.
Of work went into creating that powerful game. Let's hear another round of applause for Hexecutable's debut game, Consume Me.
Wow. I mean, crafting these experiences take time and care. I can't wait to see what's next for Hexecutable.
Yeah, me neither. The Games for Change Vanguard Award recognizes an individual whose vision, leadership, and dedication have left a lasting mark on the world of impact games. A visionary who has made meaningful contributions to the industry while uplifting others.
To help us present this year's Vanguard Award, please welcome last year's recipient, Rachel Court, researcher at the University of Cambridge.
I don't know where Jen is in the audience, which is good because I will cry. All right. Awards often begin with a list of accomplishments, and Jen has so many I had to make some hard cuts to keep us on schedule. During her decade at Xbox, Jen did not just lead social impact efforts, she created them. After beginning her career on the Xbox safety team, she envisioned and built Xbox social impact program from the ground up, creating the framework that connected gaming with philanthropy, community engagement, and global causes across the business. Under her leadership, Xbox campaigns generated more than $250 million in for nonprofit organizations worldwide through fundraising, in-kind support, and purpose-driven partnerships. Her work has earned recognition from the Clio Awards, the Shorty Awards, and Forbes, just to name a few, and I'm honored to say that tonight, the Games for Change Vanguard Award joins that list. But the reason we're honoring Jen today isn't simply because of what she accomplished. It's that she charted territory that no one had mapped yet. She was among the first to treat social impact not as a press release, but as something you build into games themselves, into the quests, into the communities, into the way players show up for each other. And that's what a Vanguard does. They don't wait for the path, but they forge it themselves. You can see exactly what this looks like in what is perhaps my favorite story of hers to tell. In 2024, Jen, along with the Diablo team, championed Diablo's Earth Day campaign, where every 25 likes on a tweet turned into a donated bucket of maggots, ultimately enough to feed injured wildlife hospitals' birds for over 2 years. And when I spoke to Jen about it, she didn't describe it like a corporate case study. She was practically glowing through the Zoom screen about how they raised 30 million maggots. And the joy of making up the weirdest, silliest things in the world is one of the many reasons she loves games, and I imagine one of the many reasons we do too. But at the end of the day, what Jen understood and championed and vanguarded, this is the Vanguard Award after all, is the radical idea that social impact isn't a nice to have, but a strategic business decision. And more than that, taking care of each other is central to who we are as people, as a community, and as gamers. She didn't invent that instinct. She saw it happening in front of her. Players rising up as stewards of their own communities, which are her words, not mine, and spent the next decade building the infrastructure to let that happen at scale. In the end, her legacy isn't a list of campaigns or dollar figures, as impressive as they are. It's the understanding that we are all in this together, and the way we show up for each other is the whole point. So please join me in welcoming Jen Panettone to the stage to accept the Games for Change Vanguard Award.
Thank you to Games for Change for this honor and for building a community that's always understood what games make possible. The Vanguard Award recognizes a body of work. It's one I'm incredibly proud of, one that I have spent my entire career building, and one that is still nowhere near done. We talk a lot about the power of games, and I've spent my career focused on what that power can help players do for each other and for people that they've never met. And I recognize that this work is never carried by just one person. It's carried by developers, community teams, cause partners, players, and people across this industry who keep choosing to create moments of care, hope, and action through games. Social impact is a team sport, and I'm grateful to be part of a community that keeps proving how gaming can be a force for positive change. And so I accept this award with gratitude, with pride, and with a lot of people in mind. Thank you.
So this next category has a special place in my heart, best tabletop or board game. Now, some of you may know that I am heavily involved in the TTRPG space, but I actually feel like TTRPGs and other board games are uniquely suited to doing good in the world. As a matter of fact, a little selfish promotion coming up here. On August 1st, we will be doing our annual charity event, The Puppy Roll, where we gather faces from stage and screen and streaming to come together to play Dungeons and Dragons as our dogs. And one cat. And we do this not just to have fun, but we also do it to raise funds and awareness for animal rescue efforts and welfare efforts nationwide. Osric, you play D&D, right?
I'm D&D adjacent.
Okay, all right. Well, you know I'm on Vox Machina, right?
Yeah, did you know that's Latin for voice machine?
Yes, I did. But also, did you know the Legend of Vox Machina was based on Critical Role's first campaign in D&D that they streamed online?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know about that.
I know the D&D, okay?
Roll for deception. Here, I got you.
Oh, you just carry that around.
Doesn't everybody go?
Yeah, okay, all right, I can roll. A dice. It's a 20.
Oh. Natural 20. Okay, I enthusiastically and unapologetically believe you.
Oh, wow, that's how that works, okay.
So, see, you don't play, do you? You don't, you just, okay, fine. Look, in my experiences, some of the most meaningful moments in play still happen at a table. There's a reason a D&D group is called a party, because it feels like one every time.
Yes, tabletop games allow us to sit across from each other in real life as we engage, compete, and play.
Whether it's cards, dice, or a beautifully designed board, tabletop games continue to connect us through imagination and shared experiences. Presenting the award for Best Board or Tabletop Game for Impact, please welcome Eric Zimmerman, Arts Professor at NYU Game Center.
It's really amazing to be here. I think the whole evening, the personalities, the designers, the people, the organizations, and the games that form this community are just so inspiring to me, and I'm really proud and honored to be a part of it. I'm also very happy here tonight to present the award for Best Tabletop Game. Tabletop games they're real, they're physical, they're tangible. They create opportunities for conversation, for collaboration, for reflection. In other words, for play. The Best Board or Tabletop Game for Impact Award celebrates designers who harness the unique qualities of tabletop play to engage players with important ideas and inspire real-world impact. Here are this year's nominees.
Your love
Okay, here we go. And the award for best board or tabletop game for impact is Ciclo do Poder.
Just a minute, sorry. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for Games for Change. It is a real and huge honor to be here receiving this award. We would like to thank our partners in creating the game, Renata, Tanya, Carolina, and Flavia, and all the students who worked and still work with the project doing research in Brazil. We are all public health researchers dedicated to creating solutions for important public health issues. This project began as an activity beyond our standard research group work. Yet, Ciclo do Poder has come to play a huge role in our lives and brought us here today. We appreciate the institutional support from the leadership of the Oswaldo Cruz Institute and the Joaquim Venâncio Polytechnic Health School, as well as the Vice Presidency for Education, represented by Cristina Araripe.
We also are grateful to everyone who played the game, offered suggestions, discussed key points, and helped shape it into the form it has today. We also thank the team at Ciclo do Amor, a non-governmental organization that teaches girls in Rio de Janeiro public schools about the menstrual cycle, for serving as an inspiration for our game. And last but not least, I thank our daughters, Giovanna, Clara, Zoe, and Alice, for being our greatest inspiration and for driving us to always build a world that's more dignified, safe, and equal for women.
And all people who menstruate.
Viva o Brasil!
Thank you.
Our next category celebrates something every player recognizes immediately.
It's AI.
No. Something you recognize immediately that doesn't require explanation because you can feel it.
It's still AI.
No, we are talking about gameplay. The kind that keeps you engaged, surprised, and feeling empowered. I, on the other hand, cannot even make it past the tutorial to play my own character in Apex Legends.
Wait, what? Why?
I can't get the controller to, do the...
Oh, it's because you're a button masher.
How else are you supposed
Got you.
But how else are you supposed to... Okay, seriously, you have no idea how painful it is to play Overwatch and hear your own voice saying, "You are not meant for greatness." Let us discuss your failures.
Oh, wow, that gives new meaning to the saying, we are hardest on ourselves, doesn't it?
It sure does. Oof. But some games manage to craft dynamics that can draw in even the best button masher. Here to present the award for best gameplay, please welcome Dominic Law, CEO at Neopets.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you. Well, a great idea can capture attention, but great gameplay is what keeps us coming back. And at Neopets, that's something I know very well. Before I was CEO, I was a fan. I spent years playing mini games, making friends, and exploring the world of Neopia. And recently, we've been reviving the game and trying to bring these familiar experiences people know and love to a whole new level. I am honored to be presenting the award for the best gameplay. This award recognizes projects that can elevate play and purpose through exceptional design. And where the challenges are rewarding, rules bring order to chaos, and the action we take matters. And let's take a look at this year's nominees for best gameplay.
my brother, his fate was so cruel.
And the award goes to Consume Me.
AP should really be up here to accept this award. Without his contributions to this project, it would just literally, Consumi would just still be a collection of mini games. And I think with his insight and talent for design, Consumi is the game it is. And I really wish he was up here on stage with me tonight. So this award is really for him.
This is yours. Anjali, you know that feeling you get when a game just stays with you?
Absolutely. I actually played Venba, a narrative cooking game about an Indian mother rediscovering her family's lost recipes. Yeah, right? So I got to play that.
Yeah.
I got to play that with my 86-year-old mother.
Oh my God. How was that?
Like any good Indian mom, she had notes. That is not how you make idli. You know, that kind of thing. But it was the first video game that my mom had ever played and that we played together.
So cute. I mean, for me, I was a pretty antisocial kid. I didn't make friends really easily growing up. So I played this game called Harvest Moon, and I played it a lot. So when I found other kids that were playing, I was able to share like tips and Easter eggs and all of that, and that's kind of how I made my first real friends. Yeah.
It's that sort of lasting resonance that our next award recognizes. Presenting the award for Best in Impact, please welcome to the stage Jesse Schell, CEO at Schell Games.
All right. Every project we've celebrated tonight sets out to make a difference. The nominees in this category have demonstrated something extraordinary. Measurable impact beyond the game itself. These games help players develop emotional intelligence while learning a new style of communication. They celebrate regional folklore while honoring the resilience of communities. And they remind us to value memory and to cherish the people we care about the most. The games recognized in the Best in Impact category don't simply help us imagine a better world, they help us build one. Let's take a look at this year's nominees.
Trouble often, each place we'd go, laughing and
Right. And the award for Best in Impact goes to and Roger. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, the creator of And Roger, Yona, couldn't be here today. So as a publisher, I'd like to share a message from Yona. Thank you. I'm truly honored to receive this award. And Roger is a very small personal project. So it is still hard to believe that something so small could be recognized on such a wonderful stage like this. Thank you to everyone for discovering this game. And Roger is a game about love. Growing up, I was surrounded by illness and the loss of family. My father passed away when I was 10 years old. And my mother has also lived with an incurable illness for many years. Because of this background, I have often asked myself, what does it truly mean to love someone? After I got married, this question grew even bigger. Our lives are fragile. We may face illness. Our lives may suddenly end. So how can anyone confidently say, I will make it happy? And Roger was born from this question. While working on this game, God gave me an answer. And his answer was far more powerful than what I had originally planned to express. I'm truly grateful to God for allowing me to share this message through a game. Thank you. Those were Jonas' words. Thank you very much.
Just give me 1 second, and Roger. Okay, now I have enough games to keep me busy for the rest of the year.
Now, okay. I mean, I don't think you're alone. We're all going to get consumed really soon. Right? I mean, all of these games will be featured in the arcade for the rest of the festival, so make sure to check it out.
I know I will.
Only 2 awards left before we reveal our top honor, game or experience of the year.
But up next, the Games for Change Giving Award celebrates individuals and organizations whose generosity has strengthened communities through fundraising, membership, mentorship, philanthropy, and service.
And to present this award, please welcome Leah Hirsch, Senior Director at Games for Change Learn.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. For more than 15 years, Special Effect has helped thousands of people with physical disabilities experience the joy of playing video games. By combining technical expertise with compassion, the team creates personalized gaming setups that allow players to enjoy the games they love, often for the very first time. Their work has transformed lives and reminded all of us that play is something everyone deserves to experience. They also share that knowledge with the broader industry through resources like Game Access, helping developers create more accessible games from the very beginning. But what makes Special Effects truly extraordinary isn't just the technology they build, it's the generosity behind it. Every assessment, every customized controller, and every moment of restored independence reflects a simple belief that games belong to everyone. It is our honor to present the 2026 Games for Change Giving Award to Special Effect. please join me in welcoming Tom Donegan, the Chief Operations Officer, and Mick Donegan, the founder and CEO at Special Effect.
I wish they wouldn't play those videos before I speak. It gets me every time, I'm afraid, no matter how many times I see them. Firstly, I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you to Susanna and everyone for Games for Change, everyone at Games for Change, for selecting Special Effect to receive the prestigious award and inviting us to New York to celebrate with you all tonight. Secondly, I'd like to thank Tom and everyone else in my world-class team for their ceaseless hard work in helping people with physical disabilities to experience the joy of video games day after day. Next, I'd like to thank all those remarkable people in the games industry, many of whom are here tonight, who've listened to us, supported us, collaborated with us, innovated with us, and as a result, transformed many thousands of lives over the past nearly 2 decades now since I founded the charity.
Good evening, everyone. And well done.
Got through the first bit.
Yeah, got through the first bit. I'd like to do a couple of shout-outs, if that's okay. Just to give you one example of the industry's wholehearted support for our charity. We've already heard a little bit about her, but Jen Panettone is an ambassador of Special Effect and has been for many years. And we heard about one of her amazing social impact projects. But she once did a fundraiser for us that involved getting up in the middle of the night to do a 10-kilometer run in the dark woods near where she lives that are genuinely populated by mountain lions. That is commitment to the cause and a great example of the kind of thing that people are doing all the time to support our charity. If I can ad-lib just for a second, another great example, just by sheer chance, we're sat next to a man called Marty here tonight, who works at the Texas Children's Hospital, and told us that he, in his work, seeks out our videos and resources to support what he's doing to help young people all the way over in Texas, which is very gratifying for us, coming from a small town in Oxfordshire, to hear about that global impact of the work we're doing. There are many, many more individuals and games companies, both here in the US and around the world, who've been so generous and passionate in their support over the years. And we'd like to thank all of you for welcoming Special Effect as an integral part of your industry.
Yeah, thank you. We could have, as I say, we happen to be in the middle of the Cotswolds in the UK. We could have landed anywhere, and we are not just Cotswolds, we're not just UK, we are global. Everything that we learn, we share with everybody. And thanks for proving that. Thank you. Okay, I'll finish now. Basically, together, we're making a real difference to the quality of life of an ever-increasing number of people living with disabilities all around the globe by opening up the magical world of video games and making it more inclusive than ever before. There's so much more to do, but in partnership with people like yourselves, anything is possible. So thank you all. Thank you.
Before we present our final award of the evening, we'd like to take a moment to celebrate the next generation of game creators. For more than a decade, the Games for Change Student Challenge has challenged young people to design games that tackle real-world issues through creativity, collaboration, and play.
I had the pleasure of hosting this year's Student Challenge Awards just a few weeks ago, and I left incredibly hopeful about the future of our industry.
This year's students imagined solutions for protecting reefs and rainforests, addressing food insecurity, and building safer roads and communities. Tonight, we're excited to recognize 2 of those outstanding teams here on our Games for Change award stage.
So please welcome Stephen Reed, VP of Learning Programs at Endless Access, and special guest presenter Tarek Darwish, joining us from Egypt, the creator of Harvest, the 2025 Student Challenge Game of the Year.
Good lad. All right. Don't worry, folks. Hang in there. There's only 44 left to go. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much. Do you want to step that way? Okay. Excellent. All right. The Games for Change Student Challenge gives young people the opportunity and the tools to make games and, through game design, express themselves and share their voices. Super important. What began as a city-wide initiative right here in New York City has actually grown, I have to stay here, has actually grown to a global initiative reaching over 100,000 students, 2,000 educators, and inspiring the creation of nearly 8,000 games by young creators around the world. And one of those young creators is standing right beside me.
I'm so happy to be here. It's a pleasure. This is truly an honor for me.
Last year, Tarek created a game called Harvest, which explores farming, nutrition, and sustainability through engaging challenges. That game earned the Student Challenge's highest honor, the 2025 Game of the Year. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to join us last year because he's a teenager and nobody could rouse him out of bed. But so tonight, finally, we get to do what we wanted to do and should have done a year ago. So Tarek, it is my honor to finally present you with the 2025 Student Challenge Game of the Year trophy. Round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Receiving this award last year was an unforgettable moment, and this is incredibly meaningful for me, and to finally be here and celebrate this with all of you. I have to say thanks to Games for Change, everybody that made this possible, and most importantly, thanks to my parents and my family. This project wouldn't have been possible without their support and advice, and thanks to my friends who helped me play test this game. Winning the Student Challenge opened new doors for me and reminded me that games really can bring people together to create positive change. And I hope this year's winners feel just as inspired to keep creating games and sharing their ideas with the world. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And Tarek, that is so well deserved. One more round of applause for Tarek. This is incredible. All the way from Egypt. So tonight we're actually honored to celebrate not one, but 2 incredible Student Challenge Game of the Year winners. They don't make that title short. You couldn't have just made that short, could you? Winners for representing the next generation, the 2026 and onwards generation of creators from around the world. So please join me in welcoming the 2026 Student Challenge Junior and Senior Division Game of the Year award winners, The Last Drop Cafe.
And the Expert Division Game of the Year winners, Shifting Baseline.
Thank you so much, Games for Change, and especially everybody at the Student Challenge Division. It's an honor to be picked among all the amazing games that were submitted. And yeah, we're having a panel tomorrow at 12, I believe, in Guildhall, if you want to know more about our games. Yeah, thank you.
Go on. You've had your...
Okay, there's only one award left. Here we go, the one we've all been waiting for. Game or Experience of the Year.
Every nominee we've recognized tonight has meaningfully advanced the Games for Change movement. But one title stood out as an extraordinary achievement across the board.
From design and storytelling to innovation, gameplay, and impact, this is our highest honor of the evening, recognizing the title that best embodies the spirit of Games for Change. And now, the 2026 Games for Change Game of the Year.
We don't have an envelope. But I guess...
It's on here!
Oh, that's how we're gonna...
There it is! The 2026 Game of the Year is South of Midnight!
We are all connected, running a race. The world is not that simple. On your journey you must be nimble. Try saving all or saving none. 'Cause life is a fight to be won. My footsteps, they echo, I'm hearing crows. I follow the river where no one knows.
I'm crying. Here we go. Thank you so much. This is incredibly meaningful to us to stand here tonight to represent Compulsion Games, the dev team, and to be part of this beautiful event, Games for Change. Thank you so much. We did not expect to win this at all, so we don't have the perfect speech. But I did have some things in mind. And as we said, we will hold hands when our feelings get intense, and that's how we got through everything shipping in this game as a team. We want to acknowledge everybody who was nominated and won awards tonight. It's beautiful to see everybody here. South of Midnight is about raising up to challenging times when it gets tough, about growth, about resilience. And the word change right now feels really timely for us because Compulsion Games is going back to being independent. That is scary, that is exciting. We built something special with this team, and I know our team, my friends, our friends, will carry our spirit wherever we go, and will spread it across the industry.
Thank you so very much. Again, what an amazing honor. Working with this team has been the honor of a lifetime, honestly, and it's very weird times. Our industry is growing, and we're still seeing layoffs, and our hearts are with all our friends and families and coworkers that have lost jobs over the last years. But this is starting to feel more like a community than an industry. And I think it's important that we remember that games are made by people, and it's our friends and family and all of us standing up for each other, being part of this community and making one of the best art forms there is. Thank you so very much. I love you, Billy. That's my daughter.
Thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you all for such an incredible night. Congratulations to all of our winners, nominees, and every creator whose work reminds us of the extraordinary power of games to create positive change.
The celebration doesn't end here. Be sure to visit the Games for Change arcade tomorrow, open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., where you can play many of the incredible finalists and award-winning projects we've celebrated tonight.
On behalf of everyone at Games for Change, thank you for being part of this amazing community.
Enjoy the rest of the festival.
And keep playing.
Keep learning.
And keep changing the world through games.